Okay, so today we will be covering introduction to AIV, and also we will be covering using of dataset to create a dashboard.
So
So
all this, okay,
what
all this
exactly
should be like
the
should
AIV
have the
is, so
form
that
there.
I will
So
let you all know.
like
And
so
how
like here
in the previous
benefit like
webinar
what is the
we have
benefit here? What
already
is this
covered
target
how
submit
to create
fetch
uh,
existing data? If there is
data
an existing
sources,
data, it should come
how
here.
to create the
Then
data
you
set.
should be able to edit it,
Now
submit it,
in
all those
this
things.
webinar we will
Foreign
be
income.
using
It's
those
not
data
working. So
set to create the
that's what I'm
dashboard.
fixing this one, this field,
Okay,
so that
so what will be the
it should support
today's
all
agenda?
get
So
put
agenda 1,
request for
overview
all
of
those
AIV
details. Okay.
and supported data sources, then using dataset to create
Okay.
dashboard. Then we will be covering creating table, chart, widget,
Yes.
and formatting the table. Then some use case example I will show you guys, and then
No,
Q&A. There will be a
automation
Q&A
2
at the end.
with evidence. Okay. So when the automation
Okay,
code run,
so
it should
let
generate
me
all the
directly jump
screenshot, put
into
it here, and also it should generate the log
AIV.
file, which is showing
So
that this
if
API
you
has
see
called.
here, this is the previous
Yeah.
webinar, so you can find in our YouTube channel, AIVHub Limited, so you can find
Yeah.
the webinar and you can follow this. Now let's jump into AIV. So I will log out this, we'll make it.
No, you test one time manually, but do everything automated. Okay, because what you will be doing, that will be local. I'll have to run with the server one also. Okay.
Hi
And if
Aditi.
I change the API, I don't want to run that everything again from scratch. So there should be only one automation test. If suppose I change the API right now,
Hi,
and if I
so
run that test,
Aditi, we
it
have
should generate
already
prerequisites and run
started
the
the
auto test.
webinar part.
Okay.
So let me quickly tell you
Yes,
what
yes.
it will cover today and everything in AIV. Okay, so
So
the agenda would be
I want
overview
this
of
flow,
AIV
so this top
and
4
seeing
and
what are
this
the
one
supported data
completely
sources,
full. Okay.
using
So
dataset
I'm
to create
updating this one,
dashboard,
whatever I
creating a
put is
table,
good,
chart widget and
but you
formatting a
have
table,
to sign this.
use case
Okay.
example, and there will be a final Q&A. So this will be a 30-minute webinar. And before jumping into it,
Is
can
this
I
book working or anything?
can you tell me about yourself, like Aditi?
Okay. So so why he's not updating all this GUI and everything? I don't know. It's very bad. Let me show.
Hello.
Let me.
Yes, Aditi, can you tell me about yourself?
Any of this grid. Okay, so if you go and see this grid, why there is a cutoff? Why we can't just put the icon here? Why
Okay.
this is so bad? Why there is a scroll bar? I don't understand.
Okay. And Sambhavi, can you tell me about yourself?
Why there is a scroll bar?
Okay. Then I think this is one of the best webinar you will find, like for
Okay.
your kind of
See if you
things.
can
Okay, so
improve this.
let's
Okay.
directly deep into AIV, and
Okay.
let me explain. So AIV is basically stands for Active
I'm working
Intelligence
on this screen
Visualization,
only. I told you which screen.
and if
I'm
you see
working on
here,
the
it is
final
written connect,
final
create and convey. So why it is written this tagline? So we can connect to any kind of data sources. We can create a data set on top of that, and we can
I'm
create a
working
dashboard,
on.
reports on top of that, and we can convey our uh, reports to different users.
No, all
So
the
whatever the
APIs are
findings we have
integrated.
done from the
Those are
data, so
integrated
those
by
things we
AI.
will convey.
We'll have to test
So
everything is
I will
working.
just log in this. So this is the login page of AIV. If I log in, so it will be redirected me to the home page of
Yes.
AIV, where you will see
Yes.
there are
If
different
it's not
steps. Step
working,
1, 2, 3.
if I
There are sample
you have to
dashboards
enable the
at the bottom,
stateful
and there is
and
learning
fetch and
center.
test everything is
So
working. Okay, so
if
let's
I go to master
test
data,
business.
so if you see there is
So I
a
can add
menu
the
icon
business
at the
under
left hand
setting also.
side at
So
the
you can
top.
see I have created so
So
many
you will
business.
find here all
Okay.
different kind of dashboard,
If it is
document,
stateful,
master
I can
data,
do everything.
request. These are
Fetch
all
and
are
test
the sections.
automation.
So
Everything works in batch automation.
inside there are different subsection. So
So we
reports,
were
merge report,
not using this
ad
one.
hoc.
So
So
AI
reports
can
are
integrate
like
it,
the
manage to
business
find all these
intelligence
issues. Okay.
report, which
So
is
I've
also
checked
known
in
as
lot of
BERT
code.
report.
Okay.
Then there is merge reports, so you can merge multiple report into one.
Thank you.
Then there is ad hoc report, ad hoc analysis, so you can do analysis on the fly. So that is why this is there. Then there is shared resources, quick run, report busting, group report, report management. So report busting, let's say if you want to burst a report to a
Okay.
multiple
So
customer at
let's
once,
see that
so
model
you don't
what
need
we
to
are
go
talking
and
about. Okay.
run this report for every other
Okay.
customer. Instead, you will just burst this report once, and it will send to all your 100,000 or millions of customer at once. Then there is master data, there is data source section. So if you if you click into that data source section, here you will find the create data source. So you will find like all the list of data source which AIV can connect through. So there are different kind of data set. So there is MySQL, MS SQL, SQL Server, Postgres. So all different Mongo. So all the databases are already pre-included into AIV. So you can get connected to any of them. Then once you have connected the data source, so you will require to create the data set on top of that. So if you see here, there is a list of dataset which we have already created this dataset in our previous webinar. So these are the datasets. So if I quickly double click any of them, so you can find, I will click on preview result, so the data is visible shown over here. Then so this is a different kind of data set. So you can connect to CSV, you can connect to Excel, you can connect to JSON, Parquet, any kind of file you can connect with, and you can generate the data set. Now till this part we already covered into the first webinar. Now we will be creating a dashboard using this dataset. So what we will do, so we will click on this hamburger icon, and if you see here is a dashboard, we will click on plus icon, and there is existing template as well options. If you want to create the dashboard using existing template, so you can do that as well. If you want a default, so we will be doing default, so we will be giving the name webinar dashboard. So it will redirect us to the AIV dashboard screen. So the if you see here, this is a blank canvas. At the top you see a layers, and here you see the tab. So each dashboard can contain multiple layers. Each layers can contain multiple tabs. Okay, so why there is like multiple layer? So the concept is, if in your organization there is HR, there is manufacturing, there is purchase, so all those different department, and if you want to keep all the dashboard into one single dashboard, so you can distinguish this by different layer, and in each layer you can create multiple tabs. At the right hand side, you will see tables, filters, charts, widget basket, maps, marketplace, card widgets. So these are the widgets: pivot, diagram, custom visualization. So these are the widget which you will be using to create a widget in your dashboard. In the top, you will see generate with AI. So AIV does itself have a feature where you can generate a dashboard using AI. Then there is save button, there is theme, sorry, there is grid layout. So grid layout will take you to the grid section of the dashboard. Then there is embedding. So if you want to embed this dashboard into any other web application or any other place, you can generate the embed code from here, and you can embed this dashboard. Then there is settings, so it will close this and it will slide this up. There is help, publish, and preview. So let's now start creating a table widget. So first widget is table, so we will create the table widget here. So if you see, we have multiple templates available for the table, but for this we will be using the default. But I can show you, like if I select this bar template, it will create this kind of table. If I select total row, it will create this kind of table. If I select color scale, it will create this kind of table. There is grouping as well as options, so all different kind of table can be created. So we will focus on default right now. So we will click on default, click on edit, and we will select here manufacturing DS. So as soon as we select the manufacturing DS, it will bring us all the column which that data set have. Now we can drag and drop individually, and I don't want to apply this, so I will cancel it. I will cancel this as well. I will make it bigger. Manufacturing ID and the revenue and year founded. So if you see here, so how easily we have created a table widget in AIV. So now we will resize it. I want to format this numbers here, so I can go here, click on format value. Before decimal, I will add dollar and thousand separator as well. And in decimal, I want 2 decimal, so that is fine. We will keep it 0. Okay, and I will name it as revenue. So this is how we will create a table in AIV. Now I want to highlight the revenue of uh, manufacturing ID, where to 2008 and 2010. So for that, what I will do, I will go to formatting. I will do enable condition formatting. Instead of row, I will select column. I will select revenue 2021, and in rule I will select manufacturing ID equals 2028 2008, and if I click save, it should highlight me revenue. Similarly, I can do I can keep greater than 29 or 2010 and add value manufacturing ID less than 22. So this is how it highlighted. Okay, now I will save this. Now I want to conditionally create a new column. So I will click on create condition column. I will give it a name combine manufacturing ID and year founded. So I will show with this icon. It will keep country is not empty, and in the value I will select as combine manufacturing ID and year founded. Run the script, it will run this, and let's create it. So if you see, we have created a new custom column. We have merged manufacturing ID and year founded, and it created new here. We can also customize this. So if you go here, if you say show only manufacturer ID greater than 2011, and it will show only where there is greater than 2011. So let me see. Oh, manufacturer ID, and we have used year founded. As we have changed this rules, so it used to get updated over here, so we need to retype, run the script, and update, and it is updated over here. We will save this. So this is how we will simply create the table in AIV, and now we will, and how we can customize this table. Now if I want to format things, so I will go to formatting tab. So there is a different kind of options available: multi-sorting, resizing, reordering, wrap, header settings, all those things are there. If I want to show a grid line horizontally, so only horizontal grid line is now visible. If I want to show only vertically, so only vertical grid line will be shown. If I want both, it will show both. So we will keep this horizontal for now. I will increase the row height to 30. Header is all okay. For body background, so we will use row body, column body, even body color as this one. even font color as this one. And we will background color as this. So let's skip border color this. If I submit, you see all the settings has been applied. Now let's create the chart. So if I click here chart, if you see there are multiple different kind of charts available inside AIV. So we will create a donut chart. We'll select manufacturing over here, and we will be selecting country and the revenue. So there is only one country, so instead of country, let do this, and let's select website. Oh, so there are so many websites though. So we have increased the size. There are so many websites. We will do this as some, and in legend I don't want I want to scroll here, so it don't show me legend this way. And in series I will show the labels, and in chart I will label outside. So all the labels are now visible. If I click on save, and if I click on preview, so do you see everything is loaded now? If I click on this www.amazon, so it will filter here me in the table. If I click here Apple, it will filter here Tim Cook. Same way for everything. If I want to clear this out, so if you see what filter is attached to it, so it shows you. So you don't need to go and create the filter when you are creating a chart or table. So it will dynamically auto link if same data set is used. So we will click on clear filter, so it will clear the filter and bring back. Now if I click on Elon Musk, so this should filter and this should show only Tesla. If I click on Satya Nadella, it will show Microsoft and it will show its revenue. If I click Sundar Pichai, it will show me two because he is in Google and ABC as well, so Alphabet as well. So this two earning it is showing. And if I click on this, so it will show me like I have passed Sundar Pichai from here. Okay, and let's clear this. So this is all about how we will going to create the table and chart. So that was a small webinar session for creating this two widget. So do you have any question? Hi, do you have any questions? Okay. Correct, yeah. So let me share the screen and let me show you. Okay. So are you able to see my screen now? Okay. So if you see here, if I want to change this to column chart or bar chart, I will just select the column and it will be shown in column chart. If I want to select line, it will show me in line chart. So it's easy. It's if I want to select area, it will do area. If I want to select pie, it will do pie. If I want to show in scatter, it will show me in scatter form. So to create each chart, it's quite easy to just change it and it will be created for you. I hope this answers your questions. Okay, any other question? Okay, so now let me quickly show you the marketplace of AIV. So if you go to marketplace.aivhub.com, let me share the screen. Okay, yeah. If you go, are you able to see my screen, everyone? Yeah. So if you go to the marketplace.aivhub.com, so you will find this marketplace of AIV. If you go to AIV public, so you will find all different kind of dashboards which has been created inside AIV. So there are different kind of widgets used. So all those widgets you can directly use. So you can download this dashboard and you can directly use inside AIV. I hope you guys have learned how to create a table widget and chart widget in AIV using our dataset. Also, you have seen what this AIV is capable of. So, so do you have any other questions? Okay. So in that case, we will be winding up with the webinar. We will be closing this webinar session. Thank you. Thank you everyone for attending the webinar.